Hello, everybody. So this is extending what you guys have been doing about finding slope. And you had been finding slope when you're given the graph. Now you're not given the graph, you're just given the points, and you're asked to find slope. So just walking you through a couple things. I can't explain why, but the variable that represents slope is m. Let's say I tell you the slope is 5, so you'd write m is equal to 5. Why it's m, I don't know. I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just preparing you for what's coming. Okay, slope is m. Okay, we had been using the idea of rise over run. We've just been pulling that information right off the graph, that you would look at how much did you rise and how much did you run. Okay, and then you wrote that information down. Well, now what you guys are going to be doing is you're going to be using a formula to do it. And these things are called subscripts. Subscripts are just counters. They're just an indicator that lets you know that this one's different from that one. Okay? You don't need to stress about this number that's smaller and lower. Like, whoops, 2 squared, or 3 squared, or 4 squared. That's 2 times 2. You guys know that's 3 times 3, and so on. When it's smaller and above, it's called an exponent, and it tells you that's how many times you multiply it. When it's smaller and below, it's just an indicator. It's a counter. There's absolutely no mathematics that goes on there. It's just to differentiate one y value from another y value. Because here's an x, there's a y. Here's an x, there's a y. This, okay, perhaps using y's is a little bit incorrect here, meaning not incorrect, but not very illustrative because they're the same. It's distinguishing this x value from this x value by putting a subscript on it. Okay, that's all that it's doing. It's just to differentiate this y value from that y value. Why I put them in that order, it's not important. There's meaning it's not important that here, poor words. These could be 1, those could be 2. Okay, all right. To help you with this and to help minimize the number of errors that might creep in, you guys have seen me make lots of arithmetic errors. Some advice I'm going to give you is when they write them horizontally like this, horizontally is left to right, take a second and write one above the other. So -5, 8, and -11, 8. I just wrote them one above the other. The reason I did that is because these are all your x's, these are all your y's. It groups them together, that these are all your x's and these are all your y's. It puts them one above the other rather than having to go, okay, these are my x's and these are my y's. It groups them, it puts them one above the other. Okay, the next piece of advice I'm going to give you is draw that main fraction bar first and put the subtraction signs in first. Draw this with the subtraction signs in there first. Now I know you may be, tilting your head to the side and going, yeah, whatever. But guys, I'm telling you, this will so simplify what you're doing. It really will. Draw this first. Then put the numbers in. Y's are on top, 8, 8. X's are on the bottom, -5, -11. All I did was just fill the numbers in. Now, what you got to watch out for is that's 2 negatives in a row, which makes a positive. Now simplify. 8 minus 8 is 0. -5 plus 11 is 6. Now you can't leave your fraction there. You have to reduce it. And if you're not sure what it's worth, all you have to do is type it in your calculator. I'll let this thing chime up, run up. So you believe me. Maybe you know what that's worth on its own. Maybe you don't. Let's see what happens. Come on. I should have launched it ahead of time. My apologies. 0 divided by, here, let me quit the screen though. 0 divided by 6 is worth 0. Okay? That's what you need to put as an answer. When you have 0 on top with any number on the bottom, oops, any number on the bottom, that's worth 0. You always have to simplify that. Okay, let's try it again. I'm going to write one point over the other. Doesn't matter which one's on top, which one's on the bottom. I'm going to draw the fraction bar and put two subtraction signs in. Then I'm just going to fill the numbers in. These are your y's. They go on top. 3, 18. These are the x's. They go on the bottom. -3, -21. Again, when you have two negatives in a row, make them positive. So there's -15 over, so that'd be 18. Then you have to reduce the fraction. There's a 3 that'll cancel out of both of these. 3 goes into -15 -5 times. 3 goes into 18 6 times. That's your final answer. Okay. Take a second and write one above the other. Draw this thing first. Put the subtraction signs in it. Y's are on top, 4, 7. X's are on the bottom, 4, 10. Simplify it. 4 minus 7 is -3. 4 minus 10 is -6. Two negatives make a positive, and that reduces to a half. Okay. Let's try one more. Fraction bar. Put the numbers 7, -4, one over the other, 7, 0. Y's are on top, -4, 0. X is on the bottom, 7, 7. Top is -4, the bottom is 0. Now, this isn't worth 0. This is worth 0. When 0 is on the top, it's worth 0. When 0 is on the bottom, so this was -4 divided by 0. Error, you can't divide by 0. So what do you write? Undefined. And I usually just abbreviate it UNDF. Undefined. You can't divide by 0. It's not legal. So when you get this, your answer is undefined. Okay? That should be all you guys need. Thank you for your time. Have a great